Saturday, it is the 6th of August. Rise and shine, my friends. You've made it. We are here at Coffee Talk, getting together 7 days a week to chat about what's going on in the world of weather. And we are actually working into a fairly active pattern, and not just here locally, but also starting to watch the tropics. Yeah, the top two things I want you to know. First and foremost, the coast of Africa is an area we are going to be watching over the course of the next few days as a rigorous tropical wave exits the shoreline. We'll be talking about where it is going. Plus, we're looking ahead to your weekend forecast. What's going on? Do you have plans? I hope you do. It's a great forecast to have plans. It's a great weekend weather. We're going to be talking about that. But first, let's take you outside and see what's doing on our Tower Cam network. There's a shot looking toward Lake Ivanhoe. I showed this on TV just a couple of moments ago. Let's head over to the Medical Village, just a little further down I-4, looking beautiful. Downtown Lake Eola, that one's down, that one's down. Over to the Brevard County coast, blue sky, looks gorgeous. Melbourne. There we go. That's a good one there. That is High Point. So that's in Cocoa. And you could kind of see some clouds are building. There are some showers in the area. We'll be showing you the live radar in just a couple of minutes. And then there's Disappearing Island. Like, talk about your moment of zen. That's where I'd like to be. Temperatures out the door are in the 70s and the 80s. First warning, live Doppler radar showing showers coming on in. You can see most of the activities out over the ocean, but we are watching a little bit of rain coming on in now. You can see around I-95 here around Vieira, Fisk Boulevard, pouring back over toward the Peneda Causeway, Tropical Trail. So a little bit of rain here or there, nothing too bad. Definitely something that we'll be watching over the course of the day today. So where does our forecast go? Let's talk about it, shall we? This morning, that 10% coverage of rain continues to go up as more and more of these showers work inland. 30, 40% coverage of rain. High temperature today around 93 degrees. We are going to keep those showers and those thunder showers around. So yeah, there's that. Stephanie, I have to check. I didn't get a chance to check, but I will check. How's everybody doing? Everybody good this morning? Gina, good morning to you. Lisa, how are you? Mary Ellen, good morning. Pam, Carol, rise and shine. Frankie, good morning to you. Joanne, good morning, good morning. I don't know what rain is anymore. I just run the sprinklers, Yukon says. Well, we do have a few showers. I do want to point out, though, rain chances are on the increase in a pretty decent note over the next couple of days' time. Let's look at the trend, and you'll see those rain chances going up from today's 40% coverage to a 50, 60, 70% coverage. And frankly, it's going to stay pretty elevated all next week. So there's that. Okay, got it. Stephanie, I'll check it out. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate it. Daniel says 1,000 plus flights canceled from weather today. Well, let's look and see how things are going. First off, the big board, let's just look at flight delays on the big board. Thankfully, no major delay programs. The southeastern United States not looking too bad. The northeastern United States is looking pretty okay too. But when we look at the actual numbers, here's where we're at. At Orlando International Airport, 28 delayed flights. Just this morning. 7 canceled flights. Yeesh. Marie Ellen, is it my end? Eric is not moving. I mean, I am moving. I'd say just get out and get back in, maybe. Yukon, the sea breezes just keep pushing the storms around Melbourne. I know. It won't be like that for forever. I promise you. You know, I really and truly, I do. I promise you. Look at the forecast over the next 7 days. If I click the button, there we are. Over the next 7 days, you can see we do at least have rain chances returning. Okay, so at least you've got that ahead. It may not be today, but we're getting there, right? We're getting there. I'd like to be able to say that you're going to get a bunch of rain today. It's just not going to happen. That's all right. We've got time, right? All right. So that's what's going on locally. Let's take a look at Futurecast and let's just see how things are shaping up, shall we? Hit this button. Stand by. Okay. All right. Here we go. Futurecast this morning. Coastal showers, very cool. By lunchtime, those coastal showers will be around the metro area. So expect a little bit of rain, nothing terrible, but it's the kind of shower activity that kind of moves on through, maybe gives you a quick downpour, and then it moves on to the west. There's 2 p.m. The rains are out west and then continuing to work off toward the west coast. A little bit of lingering rain around 3, 4 o'clock, but it will continue to move inland from there. So it's not a bad day at all. It really isn't. I know I showed the 12-hour forecast earlier, but today is looking awful nice. Joanne says, already cut and trimmed the backyard. Had to get it done before the heat really turns on for the day. Had heat exhaustion 2 weeks ago. Hydrate if you're out and about. 100% hydrate. I'm probably going to end up mowing the yard tonight. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. What I need is coffee, but it got cold, so. But yeah, I'm going to be hydrating all day, getting ready for my mowing tonight. I need to pick weeds, too. Eric loves picking, not me. My son likes picking weeds, so have to get him to help me out with it. Good morning, Debbie says. Watched you on TV. You're looking wonderful. Thank you very much, my dear. I appreciate the kind words. I'm happy the days are getting shorter so the sun shines less on the house. Yeah. Yep. As long as the vineyard gets a few drops, I'm happy. Hey, I think we just need to continue working on getting some rain. Shauna says, I feel bad for all those people who can't get to their cruise ports today. I've read multiple posts this morning about flight cancellations. Got to fly at least the day before. Yeah, well, there's that. I didn't even think about people missing their cruises. That hurts. I drank a gallon of water plus and still feel dehydrated. Yeah, that's where you need, I guess, the electrolytes, right? Man. All right. So let's chat about the tropics. Remember that thing? Don't have much to talk about here recently, but let me take you to the coast of Africa. What's going on out there? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. What's going on? All right. So that bubble up over Africa eventually moves offshore, and as it moves offshore, may try to develop the hurricane center, giving it a 20% chance of tropical formation over the next 5 days' time. It's a low-end chance, but it's not a no-end chance. So, yeah. Interesting. Interesting little bugger out there. Now, that said, we are working toward the peak of hurricane season, so this is to be expected, right? Peak is about September 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, somewhere in that vicinity, and we have absolutely been running behind. So that's the only game in town when we look at the wide perspective of the tropics. The rest of the Atlantic is nice and quiet, but there is that wave coming off the coast of Africa. So let's just, I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about where this goes, so we'll have to check in on models. And then after that, I want to look at the BSR and see what could be ahead, all right? But first and foremost, here is a look at the models, okay? This is the GFS, and what you're looking at is pressures or pressure anomaly. Orange is higher than average pressure. The blues, greens, and purples, lower than average pressure. And let's just follow through time here. And you can kind of see right where it says forecast high 89, that is this little wave that we're tracking coming off the coast of Africa. That is Wednesday. So the hurricane center's timing, I think, is appropriate. The hurricane center's timing, let me pull this other graphic. There we are. The hurricane center's timing on this is early to midweek. And so that lines up directly with what the model's showing, right? So perfect. All right, let's just roll through time. And you can see it's the first time we've had like that dot showing up. Now, this is where it gets super, super interesting. Let me back this up. Just look at the coast. Look, you see where it says current temp 80, just above that? That's this, okay? Look above that and look off the southeast coast. Ready? Kablowie. Like, we're gonna have blah, blah, blah. We're gonna have like a bunch of lows forming. That's interesting. Follow through time. The 17th, maybe something around the mid-Atlantic. I think that that's probably our little mid-Atlantic feature, right? And then something in the North Atlantic, and yeah, so you kind of see where the GFS is getting a little goofy. It's trying to develop stuff, but it does get a little goofy. Let's switch over to the European and see what the European's trying to plot. All right. This is the 6Z, and 6Z only goes out 75 hours, so I have to switch back over to the 0Z. It's not much different, but we'll roll with it. There's that thing right where it says forecast high 89. You can see that blue dot. That's this thing. And even the European is going with a bunch of lows trying to form, interestingly enough. Now, if we switch over to the ensemble for the European, yeah, it's interesting. So there's a lot that's trying to get going, needless to say, in the tropics. So that's the cone, or not the cone, the forecast kind of idea, the outlook, the area that we could see some tropical development. Now, what I want to do, give me a few seconds to key up the BSR. All right, so the BSR showing this here, this times out this and this. This is new BSR imagery. Now, we'll get some new stuff a little bit later on, but this is valid 12Z on the 8th, which means that's the morning of August 25th. The BSR is showing on the morning of August 25th something of an area of low pressure. Something, could it be something tropical in nature? It could be. Around August 25th. Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. Now, I do want to point out that around August 25th, we are showing the October 11th storm system recycling, right? That's our forecast area for that storm system. Around August 25th, back in March, we put out our forecast, yeah, late August. So interestingly enough, so there's in that little time frame there, you've got the October 9th storm system, which does focus on the mid-Atlantic, October 7th, 8th, 9th, late August, and then after that, the coastline of Florida. So we've got two opportunities there to see activity. When we look at kind of the overall pattern here, we stay nice and quiet. You know, that is going to be an uptick of moisture for us. This does not look like it's doing anything, but they're right there, friends. You know, that's kind of the timeline that we're looking at, an uptick of moisture. And again, you know, if you just look at what's going on with the BSR, you know, you've got to take it as a grain of salt, right? You've got to take it as a tool in the tool chest, but it's now showing something in the vicinity of Florida around the 24th, 25th of August, which, you know, that's kind of right in that timeline that we've been looking at. So we'll have to see how this plays out. We get new BSR data a little bit later on today, and we're definitely going to have to watch. Yeah, late to the party. How does it look for rain this evening? 40%, Tina. Looks like 40%. So any questions about the tropics or any of that fun stuff? Yeah. You can, by the way, you can read the completely unadjusted hurricane season forecast. I always like to offer this. wesh.com/hurricane forecast. Do I have a September graphic, Jennifer? I do. Here's the September forecast, which includes, by the way, September 9th, 10th, and 11th. It does include a northeastern United States threat. So there is something there, you know? And then again on the 21st, 22nd of September, that's the Floreaster coming back around. But I would say for now, you know, if there's one takeaway for now, looking at all the resources we have, It's that our tropical lull is coming to an end. We are going to start to get into a bit of a busier tropical pattern. All right, so showers and thunder showers are to be expected, and we're going to be tracking them, and I can promise you we're going to be tracking them with a zero hype mentality, as we always do. All right? Unlike others, this one didn't need to adjust. Oh yeah, you're talking about the long-range forecast. Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, my brother Frank brings up the updated hurricane forecasts that everybody put out. Colorado State and NOAA updated their forecasts on the 4th of August, and both of them dropped their numbers, whereas WESH 2 has been calling for a near active season this entire time. So we didn't adjust, yeah, and we're not going to adjust. We'll just be watching it. All right? All right, so that's where we are. Any questions, comments, concerns? In the meantime, here's a look at our 7-day forecast. Showers and thunder showers in the forecast, especially for tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. Those rain chances are going up. Before us today, there will be a few showers turning to thunder showers, a 40% coverage of rain. Joanne says this is the best place to keep updated on everything weather for Central Florida. Love Coffee Talk and WESH Weather. Joanne, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know, it's an always evolving thing, and we're always going to be tracking it. That's the way I look at it. Going to Jamaica in September. We'll be back on the 19th. Do you think I may come back a few days before the Florista? It's too early to know for sure. I mean, if you think about it, we're just starting to get in line to be able to look ahead to the BSR and late August. But it is showing something. It is showing something. Yep. All right. All right. Listen, that's all I've got for you. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so very much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will see you guys and gals later on.